Hello everyone, I am the Grand Cat and welcome to another Sonic unboxing video. Of course, in the last video you saw the Wave 2 of the Sonic figures. Of course, Dr. Robotnik is from Wave 1, but this is the rest of the Wave 2. We had the Super Sonic, we had the Electric Knuckles, we had the Lightning Sonic, and we had the Tails with the pilot helmet. But today we are going to be looking at the 2.5 inch figures. They are 2.5 inch. Dr. Robotnik, although he is 4 inch, it tends to actually fit closer to this range because Dr. Robotnik is supposed to be a little bit larger. So let's just remove the Wave 2 4 inch figures out of the way. And we will be looking at the 2 inch figures. Of course, we've already seen one 2 inch figure beforehand, which came with the Death Egg robot, which was the 2 inch Supersonic. So we already know the scale of the figures. They're going to be quite a bit smaller to show the comparison between the 2 inch and, well, 2.5 inch and the 4 inch figures. But this was very, very difficult to get hold of, surprisingly. Seemed to be quite rare. And it is a set of 4 figures, all from Sonic the Movie 2. That are the 2 inch scale, and we have Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Dr. Robotnik, and of course a Buzz Bomber. So it comes in this cool little square packaging. It shows you all the figures on the back of it. It says the movie figure collection, replay your favourite scenes from the movie, and on the side we have the little artwork of Sonic. On the other side it is the exact same artwork. On the top it says Sonic 2, and we have Sonic running through the ring, and on the bottom this is nothing of real interest. So let's cut this open and see what the 2 inch scaled figures are like. So we know that they've got less articulation than the 4 inch figures. They don't have the elbow or knee movements, so I think they're only 5 points for articulation, which is the head movement, the 2 shoulders and the legs. So I don't think they've got the ankle movement either. Similar to the Supersonic that we already saw, it came with the Death Egg robot. So this is what it looks like on the inside. Nothing special going on here, just cardboard and sellotape. Let's pull this out. And of course there's nothing going on in here either, just plain cardboard. And we do have a little cool backdrop here. It is kind of blue and has kind of lightning effect on it. It's nothing really to do with Sonic as such, but it is nice that they didn't just leave it plain. This could actually be a nice little backdrop if you just wanted to display your, your 2 inch figures, or possibly even your 4 inch figures would also fit in there if you're looking for a little display on your shelf. So that's actually not a bad little insert. But this is what we are really looking for. So everything has these little clips keeping them in, apart from Knuckles, strangely. Tails, Sonic and Robotnik do, but the Buzz Bomber doesn't. The Buzz Bomber doesn't have any articulation either. It's not necessarily a figure, he's just an accessory. I think the Buzz Bomber is of course a very, very important part from the original Sonic franchise. Of course, it was very, very notable in Green Hill Zone in Sonic 1, and this is a movie rendition of him. So he looks pretty cool actually. Let's compare him to the 4 inch accessory that comes with Dr. Robotnik, which is over here. So this is the 4 inch accessory, which looks to be pretty much to the same scale. So of course Dr. Robotnik has these kind of egg-shaped things, and they all transform into various different robots. So it's pretty cool to see the difference. I think I kind of prefer the Buzz Bomber. It's got a lot more detail and articulation in it, although this does have slightly nicer painting, and it's obviously got the articulation that these little parts move as well. But the Buzz Bomber also comes with this little stand, much like the Jakks-Pacific Buzz Bomber does, the classic version of the Buzz Bomber, of course, rather than the movie version. So that is our accessory. So let's cut open Sonic. Let's do the main character first, give him the respect that he deserves. And we'll go from this side. Seems to be giving us no problems, which is very nice to see. So here we have Sonic. So the shoulders are on a little ball joint, so they can rotate out, they can go forward and back. Of course, the head moves side to side. Why are we out of focus? There we go. The legs are also on little ball joints. They move up, move down, they can rotate, but the feet do not rotate. So you've purely got the arm and leg movements and nothing else really going on. This all feels, it's not the hardest plastic. Like if you drop it, it's not going to break. Like there's a little bit of bend to it, but it's not this kind of soft rubber that Supersonic has. I think Supersonic was made with soft rubber because the idea was to throw him at the Death Egg robot, which it's not recommended if you want to keep your figures for any length of time, but if it is for children, then sure, I'm sure that is how it would work. So let's look at Knuckles. So Knuckles actually has a little bit more head movement than the 4-inch one. He's still pretty solid. You know, this isn't soft rubber. The arms are exactly the same. They've got, it's very nice movement. The wrists don't move at all. The same with the leg articulation. In terms of, like, I think, see if I was a little kid and I got this playset, I would absolutely love it. I would love just having these as figures as a small child, especially if Sonic is one of your kids' franchises. In terms of the display of a collector, I think they're very cool as well. They're nice, they're 2-inch, so very small, doesn't take up a lot of room. So overall, very, very positive in terms of review for this one. Let's take a look at tails. So in with the 4-inch tails, we had a little bit of issue with the tails that they came off with pilot tails, not with the Wave 1 tails. But I don't know if that was deliberate because obviously if the tails weren't removable, then you wouldn't be able to have them sit down. So the tails do also rotate, so you can have them either sitting upwards or sitting down. I didn't have them downwards just because it's easier to pose, makes them just stand perfectly. And if you have them upwards, he tends to fall back because the tails are putting too much weight on the back. The elbows are already in this moved point. They're already bent, which is kind of cool because it gives some nice articulation stand. It's got the usual head movements, the same with the legs are on the little ball joints, and we also have the added articulation of the tails as well, which is very cool to see. So let's just try, I don't think there's any way we can make tails realistically stand with the tails upwards. I think the tails are going to be just a bit too heavy. Really need to kind of have him almost crouching down like this in order to get the weight balance for the tails upwards. So I think it's better to have the tails in the other direction, move the tails up, and just allow him to balance on the tails like so. I think that is a kind of nicer look for your figure. And the last one we have to look at is the miniature Dr. Robotnik, which is, I think it's a very, very strange figure to bring this. I mean, I think that they wanted to make it a 4-pack, and they thought, well, Dr. Robotnik is a main character, he's the main villain of the set, so of course we have to include him. But it's just very, very strange to see this very small Dr. Robotnik to the same height as the rest of the 2-inch scale. I think if you're looking for a correct scale, use the 4-inch Dr. Robotnik with your 2-inch figures, and that will look a lot better. But let's look at this little miniature Dr. Robotnik that we have here. So of course it does have the arm articulation, the legs. Actually, they've got more articulation than I thought. This is kind of soft plastic at the bottom here, even though the rest of it is hard plastic. He's not going to be able to do any kind of speech and music anytime soon. The legs have a little bit of rotation, but not much. And the head does also move, but he does look very small in comparison to the rest of the figures. So in the Sonic movie, they've kind of got Sonic and the rest as being a little bit larger than what they are in, the Sonic computer games and the cartoon series, where Sonic is supposed to be about 3 foot and Dr. Robotnik is supposed to be around the 6 foot range. They've got maybe Dr. Robotnik closer to, they've got the Sonic Knuckles and such being closer to maybe 4 foot, but certainly not 5 foot. Sonic does not come up to Jim Carrey's shoulder. That just doesn't happen. So, I think this is really nice in terms of a little playset, but I personally would swap out this Dr. Robotnik for this Dr. Robotnik, and I think that looks quite a bit better. Of course, we do have the Super Sonic, which was the first of the 2-inch figures that I got, that I was able to do a review of. So they do look really quite cool together. If anything, I would say that Dr. Robotnik actually looks a bit too tall for the rest of these figures. Super Sonic looks a little bit better because his spikes are pointed upwards, and it makes him look taller. It gives the illusion of him being taller. But I think if you see there, Dr. Robotnik in comparison to the size of the rest of them, he just looks... It looks like someone's used a shrink ray on him or something. So before we finish off, actually, I just thought, see the accessory, the 4-inch Knuckles ring? That looks absolutely perfect for the 2-inch figures. So if you use some accessories from the 4-inch and the 2-inch, I think you're going to have a very, very cool display. Now let me just pause for a second and we'll bring up the rotation gimmick. And there we go. You can now see the 2.5-inch figures there. Of course, I've put the 4-inch Robotnik alongside the 2-inch Robotnik just to show the difference. We do have the lovely ring accessory that came with the 4-inch Knuckles, which looks really cool with the 2-inch figures. I think this is a really great playset. If you can get your hands on it, I think this would be a fantastic gift for anyone that really likes Sonic. If you're a collector out there and you were thinking about getting this, I would definitely say put it onto your wish list because it's very, very cool. It's just a nice collection of the figures. They're all small, they're compact, it won't take up much space on your shelf. If you've got little kids, I think they're going to have a lot of fun playing with these. I really can't give it any more praise than what I already have. I think they're very, very cool. I don't think the Dr. Robotnik makes much sense. I would like to see the 2-inch Dr. Robotnik being a little bit bigger than what they made him, and I think the 4-inch Dr. Robotnik really sets well with the rest of the figures. I think it makes it much, much more in scale. So with that said, we have one more Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie figure to review, which we will see next time, which is the Red Tornado, the biplane, which comes with an exclusive Sonic and Tails figure. So look forward to that. If you enjoyed it, please give us a like, share and subscribe, and if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so you can see when more of these videos go up. And we will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.